Well, with November right around the corner, I need to start thinking about what I'm going to be doing for my 2024 planner. Today, I'm going to be doing a very, very highly requested video for you all, how to build your own planner in OneNote. So stay with me. Well, hi everyone, I'm Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And one way that I love to live a simplified life is by using OneNote as my planner, my life manager, my recipe binder, my everything. And today I am going to be taking you on a journey to set up my 2024 planner. I am doing a sample for the month of November to see if I like the additional links and things, and that will help me determine what I want to do for 2024. I have been using my own planner for most of this year. The last couple of months, I have used a planner from Genuine Studios. I will link those videos for you if you'd like to take a look at that. That might be an option for you. But today, I really want to talk to you about how to set up your own planner in OneNote with all of the links and tabs and everything that everybody's been asking for. So let's get into it. As you can see here on my screen, I have downloaded the 2024 year-long calendar from Calendarpedia. Again, I have a video on all of the calendars available in Calendarpedia and how you can download those. I will leave a link to that up above. If you have not watched it yet, I suggest that you go and take a look at that first so that you understand how to get this calendar into your OneNote notebook. Okay? All right. Now, from this calendar, what I normally do here is I use this for long-range planning. You see the one that I chose already comes with the federal holidays for the United States. This is also a place where I can go in and add vacation times or, doctor's appointments that I have or special events that I want to go to, weddings, birthdays, that kind of thing. Okay? So I really do use this as a long-term planner, which you will see when we get to the month of November. Apparently November is going to be a very busy month for me. Anyway, so you've got this long-range calendar in your notebook, and let's get started at taking a look at the second step. The second step for me is always setting up a monthly dashboard or a monthly overview page, whatever you want to call it. I went back through my 2023 planner and I found that I really liked the functionality of my August dashboard, okay? I really liked that it had all of the information that I needed. You see, here is the long-range planner for the month of August. And I also added a couple of extra columns where I could have a focus for the day and I could have my meal planning all in one place, okay? I also included some links here. We'll talk about those in just a minute. I have a place for the recipe that I wanted to try for the month of August, which has been one of my goals for the month of, for every month of 2023 was to try a new recipe. I also have my currently section so I can write down what I'm reading, what I'm thinking about, what I'm creating, traveling to, all those kinds of things. The goals that I have set that I really want to focus on for that particular month. And then this entire side, way over here on the right, is all of the stuff that I have to do in my garden. Okay? Now, let's talk a minute about links. Okay? If I have my pages listed here, and there is a page that's right here and easy for me to navigate to, I tend not to add a link to that, okay? Because I can just slide over here and click on that link. But for something like my CCL Analytics, which is Crystal Clear Life, where I keep track of all my numbers and my video ideas and all that kind of stuff, it's stored in a completely different notebook. So in that case, I do like to have a link to that. So when I click on the analytics page, it takes me right to all of my analytics for the year, okay? And I also have the 365 book challenge. So that again is in a completely different notebook. That's in my book journal. And when I click on that, it takes me to all of the information for what I've been reading throughout the year. Okay. So again, because it's in a completely different notebook, I like to have links for that. My goals for 2023 takes me to the page where I have all of my goals listed out by quarter. So now we're in quarter 4, and they're right here for me to take a look at. Okay. All that stuff is great because it's not in the section or the notebook that I particularly want. Now I can also create links to other things. So for example, right here, I have a link to my Gmail account for Crystal Clear Life. I also like to have a link somewhere on here for my own personal Google Calendar, okay? So I can add all of those things, all of those links in this format here if I want. But one thing that I know that people have been asking about is they like to have tabs on their notebooks, and they like to have links on those tabs, okay? So this is what I've done. I came up with, and let me get rid of this one and I'll show you how I did it. So let's get rid of that. I came up with the idea just to add tabs over here that were easy to read, that I could stack lots of tabs on top of each other, and they would be, you know, in a position that I could see on all of the pages of my notebook. So all I did is I went up to the insert menu and I clicked on table, and I just did a single column, and there is a stacked single column of tabs that I can then move wherever I would like. So I can put them there if I want. I can, you know, fill in the space, whatever. I then took these single column tabs that I have here, and I just did color shading. So I did the color shading table, color shading, and I chose black, okay? And then I put white text in there, and I did all caps so that it stands out a little bit, okay? Simple enough to set that up. You can do as many of these as you want. You could fill this whole side up. Over here on this right-hand side, you see I have all of the days of the month. I could put just as many tabs on this side if I wanted to, okay? All right, so now that I have this dashboard set up and I'm starting to think about all the links and everything that I want to put in there, I decided that I want to give this a try for the month of November. So I took this information and I went and I created a November dashboard. Let me show you that. Okay, so here is my November 2023 dashboard, okay? And you can see that what I basically did here is I would go out to that long-term calendar. This happens to be for 2024, but the idea is the same. You go down to November, highlight that whole area, all the way down to the bottom, right-click, copy, take it back to your dashboard page. I'm going to work over here on the side so that you can see, and paste. Okay. Now you can see that chart comes in and it looks very much like the one that I already have there, except the purple one that you see here is for 2024. I went to my 2023 calendar in my own personal notebook to grab out the one for the month of November. And then all I did is I came in here and you just choose the columns that you want, and again, do the table shading to change it from that purple, you know, to whatever color that you would like to do it. Okay. All right. Actually, let me go ahead and show you. So down here at the bottom, table shading, and in this case, I picked you can pick whatever color you want. Let's say I'll pick a honey color just so you can see that that's a little bit different. Okay. And so you can shade it however you want. Okay. All right. So drop that in place and then fill out the rest of the form. Let's get rid of this. fill out the rest of the form. So we have our calendar there. We put our goals in place. Because I'm doing those tabs and links, I now have a place for a quote if I want, or some inspiration, or a photograph, or whatever I'd like to put there. I kept my currently section because I liked the way that was working. I kept my calendar for the garden November stuff here on the side. I like that. And then I put my little sticky bun down here for my recipe to try. Okay, now you can see over here on the side that I added a whole bunch of different links. Okay, some of these things right now already have lines underneath of them, which means they are links. This one is linked to this page. The reason that I did that is because these links are going to show up on my weekly pages and my daily pages, and I wanted to have a quick and easy way to get back to the month. Okay. Then I have a few here that don't have anything on them. I'm going to show you a quick trick on that in just a minute. Going down here, my goals, that takes me to my goal page that we just talked about. So I have my goals for each quarter. We're now in quarter 4. So I have those to work on. So I can pull that information off of my goals to put what I'd like to focus here on the month of November. Okay? All right. And then my crystal clear analytics, again, takes me to this page, just like I showed you, my Google Calendar, and so on, and so on, and so on, okay? Now, the one thing that I did add down here, and you'll notice this one at the bottom, actually has a $sign on it, and I didn't just take that from my keyboard. I actually went up to Insert, and I went to Symbols, and you can see all of the different symbols that are there. You know, maybe I want to add, you know, a heart as well. I could do that, okay? So I could put, you know, that I love money. I don't know. Or I could put the heart up here for health if I wanted, you know, to have these smaller. But I don't need them smaller. I have plenty of space in OneNote, so I'm good with that. But you can add symbols if you would like. You could also put icons there if you wanted to do that. And we've talked a lot about adding icons. I have lots of videos about icons as well if you'd like to check those out. Okay? All right. So here comes the tip. Pay attention. Put a star next to this. This is important. Okay, let's say that we need to create these pages that do not have links for them. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to highlight those pages. And for now, I just want them to be blank pages when I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to highlight those. I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose link to pages. Now, take a look at what's happening in the pages section. There they are. So when I go down here and click on health, there's my blank health page, there's my blank house page, and there's my blank meal page. Okay? All right, terrific. Okay, and now when you look at these tabs over here, you see there's a dashed line underneath of all of those. That dashed line means that page has been created, but it's empty. Which it won't be as soon as I fill in or copy these pages from other months that I have. If you followed me for any time, you know I have a health and fitness tracker that I use every single month. And so that will go on that page. You know, I have a list of household chores that I do every month, and that will go on that page. Okay? All right. Let's see. I want to also add my inbox on here. So I'm going to move this down a little bit, and I am going to come in here and I'm going to go to table, and I'm going to say insert above, and that's going to give me another box there. And then I can type inbox, and you will see that it is, the type is all in black. See it right there? Okay, I want to show you a formatting trick. Let's say that I like the way this word books is formatted. So I'm going to go down there and highlight that and go back to my home menu and click the format painter. And that's going to store that in the format painter. Then I can bring that format painter down here to this and click on it and drag it across. And now that looks just like the rest of them, okay? So that keeps everything formatted correctly, and I love that feature, all right? So I have my inbox, I have my monthly planner, I have my health, I have my housework, I have my meals, I have my goals, I have my crystal clear life, my Google Calendar, the books that I already have. Now, I don't need to create that page. I just need to link to it. So let me show you how to do that. If I highlight the word books and I go up here to insert a link, and there's link, I have two ways I can do it. I could either go to the page and click on the copy of that link, or I could look at all of my notebooks. And if I scroll down here to Crystal's book journal and open that notebook and go to challenges, my 2023 reading challenge is there, and I say okay, and now it is linked to that. So when I click on that, it takes me to my reading challenge for this year, and I can record the books that I've been reading. Okay? All right, so that's how that works, and I'm excited about that. Now, as I go to create other pages, for example, we're going to create the week's pages next. What I want to do is I want to make sure that all of these links go with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this entire container. And now let's go take a look at that week's page. So I found one of my weekly pages that I really liked. I think it was from August as well. And I simply came in here and I cleaned it up. Well, let me show you August. Nope, July. I came in here with my July page and I cleaned it up and turned it into my November page. Okay. All right. And I decorated it with fall leaves because that is the time of year in the area that I live where the leaves start to turn and fall off of the trees. Okay. So I thought this had a very autumnal look to it, but I wanted to remind myself that I need to put my tabs here. So I made myself a note, which I can get rid of, but I can come over here and click paste, and those tabs that I copied from the front now will come to the back. Okay, they'll come from the monthly page to the weekly page, and every page that I create that is a weekly page will have those tabs there as well. Okay. Another thing that I do on my weekly pages is I have a link right here in the middle of the page to my Google Calendar, which I now have put over here, so I don't necessarily need that anymore. And my cleaning zones. So here's my cleaning list, and then what needs to be restocked, and what projects I might want to be doing in each area as I go through my Fly Lady zone, and also another link to my monthly tasks. Okay. Again, going with the tab theory, what I did is I simply copied these things and put them down here at the bottom. So I have a place to record what the cleaning zone is for the week. And then I have my cleaning list, which comes over here. And I can go back, and my restock and projects list, which is here. This list came from Diana Denmark. I can link her in the comments too if you'd like. And then this is a sample of my monthly tasks where I have all of the household tasks that I need to do. Okay, so I'm going to try it down here with the links down here, which means I no longer need this box. So I'm going to delete or cut this box away. Okay, and then that gives me a little bit cleaner look here if I need to add more people to the prayer list or more weekly to-dos, that kind of thing. I have a little bit of breathing room or space to do that. All right. So let's take a quick look at my weekly setup. Top focus, projects that I'm working on, and usually I have links there from my project list. I just did an entire video on project management. If you would like to take a look at that, where I organized my entire projects list, and I have wonderful links for all of my projects that I'm working on. I have a place for people that I'm thinking about, sending positive energy and prayers to do a weekly goal, the highlights. These are the things I really want to get done for this week. My meal plan for the week, anybody that I need to communicate with, things that I'm waiting on, errands that I need to do, or things that I need to buy. This section right here relates to my Crystal Clear Life YouTube videos, the ones that I am currently working on. I usually have at least 2, sometimes 3 in the works, because there are lots of steps to making a YouTube video, and I like to track where I am in each one of those videos. Okay. And then down here, any Instagram or Facebook posts that I might want to plan for that week. I am on Instagram and Facebook. I do not post there every single day, but if you would like to follow me, I'll include the links here if you would like to check that out, okay? I put some icons here for my weekly tasks that need to be done. As the Fly Lady would say, you know, like your weekly home blessing items. And then I also have things like taking care of the cats. I have a special day that I like to text and call people just to check in. And then I have a section down here for weekly gratitude and celebrating the wins, a section for notes, and then my schedule down here at the bottom. I keep it open and untimed. I add the times, like here, 9:30 church service on Sunday. Okay? I also have a link here for my weekly review that takes me to my weekly review process so that I have that there every week as I go through my weekly review. So that is all set, and that is everything that I think that I need for the week. Okay? Now, I want to show you tip number 2. We're going to go here to page templates, and we're going to bring up page templates over here on the side again. And all the way down at the bottom, it says, set this current page as a template. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to call this November weekly. And I'm going to name it 23 just because it's 2023. And I'm going to say save. Oops. There was a box there that I could have checked to use that to create any page that I create will be this weekly template. I didn't click it, but that's okay. I can still do it this way, and I was going to show you this way anyway. Always use a specific template. So there's a drop-down list of all of the templates that you have that you've created for yourself here, okay? And I am looking for that November one that we just created. November weekly 23, okay? And I'm going to click that, and that's going to tell OneNote anytime I create a new page, I want this template to be what that page has on it, okay? All right, I'm going to leave templates up because we're going to come back to that in just a few minutes. All right, back to tip number 1, we're going to do that same process again. See over here where I have week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to highlight all of those, right click and say link to pages. Now again, watch my page list over there on the right. It's going to create a page that says week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ready? Here we go. All right, there's week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now when I take a look at those, week 1 looks like that. Week 2 looks like that. Week 3, week 4, week 5. You see the title of the page up here is changing, but everything else on the page is exactly the same. Okay, so all I will need to do is come in and fill in the specific things that I have for that week. Pretty awesome, huh? Created 6 pages in 2 seconds. Love, love, love that. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my November weekly, the template that we created. And now you see all of those links are there. Okay. And what I need to do now is I need to make a copy of that. So I'm going to click on all of these, highlight the entire container, Control C, or right click and say copy. Either one works. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to click up here and replace that container, Control V. Now you see the links are there. And now I'm going to go to each one of my weeks, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on that container, Control V, and you see how it changes it and puts the links in there. Click, Control V, week 3, click, Control V, click, Control V. Now the links are there. 5. And 6. Control V. Okay, so now all of my weeks, let me make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. Now all of my weeks have the links on them. So I can go to week 2 if I want. I can go to week 5 if I want. I can go back to my monthly if I want. There's my monthly. From my monthly, I can go to week 4 if I want. Okay, so there's week 4. So those tabs on the side will help you jump around very quickly. Okay, is it going to be helpful for me? I'm not sure. Again, I'm so used to using the pages that I don't know if these links will be helpful, but I know lots of people have asked about them, so I wanted to show you how to do that. Okay? All right. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is we have our monthly page, we have our weekly pages. Now let's look at those daily pages. Okay? So I found a daily page that I really, really liked, and it was from August. Here's what my August daily page looked like. Okay, and what I did is I took that same concept, those same ideas, and I created a November daily, which looks like this. Okay, all right, and again, I have a place for a daily schedule, a place for a little note down here, sunrise, sunset, and the weather across the top. My cleaning zones are listed there. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep those or not. I just left them there for now. If I don't need them, I'm going to get rid of them when I create the planner for next year. Okay, my top priority, my energy level, how I'm feeling, my word of the day, what my focus is going to be, and then this is an area where I have certain tasks that I do every single day. If you look down here at the bottom, you see I have my entire weekly schedule here. On certain days, I'm a routine person and I have a bad back, so I cannot vacuum the whole house in one day. I do the upstairs on Tuesdays, I do the downstairs on Wednesday, that kind of thing. I water the plants on Wednesdays, I, sweep the porch every morning, just those kinds of things, okay? So what I like to be able to do is copy what I need and pull it up into my daily page here, all right? Any projects that I'm working on for the day, anybody that I need to focus prayers for the day, and then a list to, kind of rapid log what's happening throughout the day. Keep track of my hydration, my steps, my sleep, and my fruits and vegetables. A space for a quote. And this month I said I am ready for new adventures in this season. A place for expenses, my breakfast, lunch, dinner, cacao, total intake, all of that kind of thing. And then most importantly, my daily wins, my gratitude, what I'm doing to take care of myself, and what challenges I had for the day. Okay? All right. Now I also have a note over here where I need to change these. So let's go up here and see if that is still there. Control V, those still work, but I also need to grab these tabs here. So let me go and get rid of that. I'll go back to my dashboard and I'll grab this whole set here and I'll copy those, take them back to my daily so that when I do my dailies, everything will be in its right place. Let me put it over here so you can see it, and then I'll grab it and move it across to where I want it. Okay? All right. That looks fine. I'm just looking to see if it kind of lines up. Yep, I think that looks good. Okay. I have my links down here at the bottom. All of that is looking good. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this page as a template. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom of my templates, save current page as a template. And I'm going to call this November daily for 2023. I apologize if you can hear my Emma kitty cat snoring next to me. She loves to lay here while I film and she loves to snore, so there you go. All right, now this little box is the box I was telling you about before. Set the default template for new pages in this current section. I'm going to check that one and say save. And that means that anytime I am creating a new page, it is going to save it as this particular template. Okay, so now we have our daily template set for the anytime we create a new page in this particular section, it will create that as our daily page. All right. Back on our dashboard, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Same tip that we used before. I'm going to highlight this entire row of numbers 1 through 30, and that is going to create a page for each day 1 through 30, and each page is going to have this daily template down here that we just created. Okay? All right, again, watch the pages. Right click, link to page, which really means create a new page. Here we go. It's thinking, it's thinking. And there you go. There are all of our pages for the entire month. And now you see over here that they all have become links. Okay. Whew, that's so easy. All those pages will look exactly the same. Let's take a peek. All right. Here's November 1st. See the little one up there? And November 2nd. And so on and so on. Okay, November 3rd. All right. Okay, so all of my links are there and all of those work on all of these pages, which is fantastic. It makes it go really, really quickly. Okay, now let's go back to the dashboard. And you see here that we now have this nice row of all of our links. Well, we're going to need to get those over here where this is, okay? And the easiest way to do that is simply to come in here and to highlight and copy like so. And I don't want the word November, so I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to make a copy. And for today's purposes, I'm going to come out here to the side. Let me give myself a little bit more room. Come out here to the side, and I will paste them here like so. Okay, all I need to do is do the table shading, which you don't need to sit and watch me do. Remember, it simply is highlighting, let's see, down to 5 is the first week, and go down to table and to shading, and then you can choose whatever colors you would like. So I'm going to do that real quickly, and I will be right back. All right, so the numbers are in. Let's do our formatting trick. So we will grab the formatting that we like over here, go up to the format painter, and then with that format, we will come through, and there you go, that quickly, okay? All right, so now this is on my dashboard. So now if I click on page 5, it takes me to page 5, all right? And back to my dashboard. Now this column needs to be on all of the pages again, so I need to copy those and I need to take it to my weekly. This is my template, but I want them all to be the same, and my daily template, and I want that to be the same. And then I can go to each day, simply click that container, and Control V, click the container, Control V, click the container, click the container, Control V, and you see it puts in all of the links, and those links work. Okay, so we're back to day 2. All right? Okay, so wow. That was a quick way to create all of those pages. All of those pages are identical. We have the weeklies, we have the monthlies, we have the dailies, okay? Now all I need to do is take all of that from my test notebook where I was playing around and take it back into my 2023 notebook, okay? All I need to do is, let's see, I'm gonna go up here and delete a couple pages and get this cleaned up a little bit before I move it. And delete. And that leaves me with the November dashboard. Okay. And then all I need to do really is grab this section up here, this notebook tab, and I can go down to move or copy. And when I do that, I get this dialog box that comes up and it says, where would you like to move it to? I am going to move it to my Crystal Clear Life planner, and I am going to put it in November, okay? And I'm going to say move. And what it's going to do is it's going to take all of these files that we've created today and move them to my current planner. So let's hit move. Fingers crossed this works. And that little jump tells me that we are now in 2023. And if I go down here to my notebook right next to November, here is the section that we just created. You see my November notebook here only has one note in it, and that is to plant the 400 daffodils that I bought. I think that might be my major project for November. Anyway, here's the test notebook. What I can do is I can merge these two sections together if I want. I can move all of these into that November section if I want. But now that it is here in my notebook, I can show you that all of these tabs are working. So I can get to, my goals still work. They still go to my goals page there. And these number pages still work, so I can go to day 19 of November. And if I change this date, let's say I say 19 November 2023, like so. If I change that page title, you see it changes it over here in pages, but that does not affect me getting to it from other places. If I go up to page 2, and then I go back to page 19. Even though I changed the title of the page, it still works. I wanted the pages to be created with these numbers. That's why I chose those numbers, but I can change the name of the page and the link still works. Okay? All right, so there you have it. Kind of daunting task to think about actually creating your own planner in OneNote, but it's relatively easy if you remember these tips. If you have a column of numbers or titles or names or whatever, you can select all of those and it will create a page for you with that title. Using page templates, creating your page template first, and selecting that page template when those titles are created, that is a really handy, quick, and easy way to get everything lined up and to get everything look exactly the way that you want it to, okay? So in today's episode, we talked about starting with our long-term yearly calendar, choosing the month that we wanted to work on, creating a monthly dashboard for that particular month, then creating a weekly layout that we could then use as a template to create our weekly pages, using that link to pages hack. Then we created a daily template, again, that we could use as our template when we created this whole long list of daily pages, okay? And then we also learned that we could add additional links to things if we would like to, okay? Wow. It's very easy to go ahead and set up an entire year in advance if you wanted to do that, or simply to come back in and do this short little process. It takes about a half an hour to get all of those daily pages and all of that stuff set up. Really not bad at all. But it's really up to you what you would choose to do. I'm going to try this for the month of December and see how I like it, if I'm going to use these links or not. I'm not sure, but I did want to share with you how to set up a notebook like this, including all of these links. So if you have learned anything or found anything helpful today, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Please subscribe if you have not already. If you need to reach out to me, you can leave a comment below, or you can send me an email at crystalclearlife21@gmail.com if you would like to get in touch. And here's hoping that you can live a more simplified an organized life through better planning. I use OneNote. Until next time, okay, bye. Is someone a little frustrated? Yes, because things weren't working right. But I'm going to breathe and everything will be okay.